We're going to be talking today about the difference between a destination wedding planner and a destination wedding advisor.
And there's a difference.
And how this affects your bottom line.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that there's something that I notice is that people are confused about their role. So if you are a travel professional and you specialize in destination weddings, you need to understand what your role is, and you need to be able to communicate that well. Because if you're confused, your clients are going to be confused as well.
Good point. So that's the first thing to think about. You never want your clients or your leads to be confused on exactly what type of services you offer.
Right. And getting clear on that for yourself is going to help you to understand how to do your messaging on your Facebook posts or Instagram posts, how to do your messaging on your blogs or on your website. Because when you're clear on what your role is, then you can clearly communicate to your potential clients, and of course your actual clients as well.
Well, and the other thing is, again, remember, people pay for expertise and help. And so your fees will be directly affected by how well you communicate what you do.
Before we get into that knee deep into this discussion here today, there's two pieces of advice that I wanted to share with you. One, this is your business. You can do what is best for you.
True.
Okay? That's plain and simple. Just remind, this is your business. We get ideas from others. We get advice from others. We see what other people are doing. But at the end of the day, this is your business. These are your services. And you have to decide what it is that you are going to be providing for your client, what you're going to be offering as a destination wedding specialist, as a honeymoon specialist, or whatever your title might be.
Because it is your business, you can build your business as you go along.
Right.
Meaning if you're newer and you're not confident in certain areas of the destination wedding business, then you make yourself what you want it to be, and then just don't ever stop developing your craft.
Right.
And then you can add on to your services.
Exactly.
The better, the more confident you get, the more you add on to, you are this complete destination wedding planner. But take it little bites at a time, and build your confidence up, and then you'll be able to charge accordingly. The more confident, the more money you can charge too.
Right, exactly. And then the second piece of advice is clearly communicate your role in helping your client by having a list of services.
Yes.
In our 20K program, we give 2 example lists of services. One is for the beginner, and one is for somebody who's been in the business for longer. And it's actually my exact list of services, which I've been in the business for longer. But then you can look at the 2 in that program, and see the difference. So just like Lou said, you need to decide where you're going to start. And that doesn't mean that's where you're going to stay. Just where you start doesn't mean that's where you're going to stay. This is where you're going to start, and these are the services that you're going to provide, and then you're going to charge accordingly for that. All right, so let's talk first about the role of a destination wedding advisor.
Yeah.
So by definition, an advisor is someone who gives advice or guidance about a particular field. Okay, an advisor is someone who gives advice or guidance about a particular field. So with that foundation, we can assume that a destination wedding advisor is someone who guides their clients through the process of planning a destination wedding.
Right.
An advisor is someone who offers advice on destinations, on resorts, on venues, on wedding packages that are going to fit the budget of their potential client. And an advisor also makes recommendations regarding travel logistics. So if we base it on just that foundation of the title or a definition of that word advisor, these are the assumptions that we can make on what a destination wedding advisor does. Now at the role of a destination wedding planner. Okay. And again, this is all literally just based on me looking up the definition of these words. Okay. So by definition, a wedding planner is one who assists with planning, organizing, and managing weddings as a profession.
Right.
Okay. So with this foundation, we can assume that a destination wedding planner assists in planning a destination wedding by helping clients choose a venue, a wedding package, decor, food, itinerary, etc., that are going to fit their budget. A destination wedding planner organizes all the behind the scenes details for seamless execution of the wedding vision. And a destination wedding planner is one who would manage the travel logistics to ensure all guests have ease of travel. So when I went through this, like legit, you guys, I'm like, I am opening up a can of worms here, because
Big can, guys.
I am seeing so much cross-pollination, to be honest with you,
Crossover.
and what I am doing in my personal business, which I have been doing for many, many years now, right? So I know that you're probably like, I'm going to get clarity today. And now you're like, I'm more confused. Yay. So let's unravel this a little bit more. And I want to come at this from a perspective, a little bit of opinion, but also from what I've done in my business, which is what I'm always showing you guys. Like, I'm always showing everyone, this is what I do in my business. And this is how we learn from people, right? We want to go after and connect with people who have gone before us and done the things before us, so that it's easier for us to implement these strategies in our own businesses. In my destination wedding business, I consider myself a destination wedding planner. But when I look at my list of services that I provide for my clients, I have a mix of both what an advisor would do and what a planner would do. Okay. So one of the things that I do is I advise my clients on the process of the destination wedding. I offer guidance and recommendations on selecting a venue, on selecting a wedding package that is going to fit their vision and budget. So that's more of that advisor role, essentially, right? I also help them set up their wedding with the selected venue, and I connect them with the on-site team to plan the details of their wedding events. I can also be as involved as my clients would like in the wedding planning process. Every client is different, okay? But I'm not the one that they're going to go to answer the questions of, you know, what flowers are in season during my wedding, and how much are those flowers, and how much is the bistro lighting that I want set up at my cocktail reception. I'm not going to be the one answering those types of questions, right? Because I'm not the on-site team that's actually going to fulfill this vision. And I'm not the team on site that has the connection with the vendors that are going to put all this stuff in place, right?
However, though, this is where I want to jump in. If you're the planner, a mix of advisor and the planner, that's really what we want our goal to be, is to be that mix. Then you should still know the information to be able to answer your, this is where that you study the wedding packages of a place you're going to recommend. You know the price list, right? This is something that you should be able to provide for your wedding clients.
Give them guidance on where to go for that, advice on where to go for that if it's not already listed out, or start that conversation. You may be that go-to person that starts that conversation with the on-site teams. And then another thing that I do is I handle all the travel logistics for the guests, and I manage the travel side of the process. So you've got travel logistics and management going on here, which is a planner thing, right? I also organize the behind-the-scenes details so that the guests can RSVP to the wedding. While I'm not organizing the behind the scene details of every single thing that's happening wedding wise in terms of the fulfillment of the actual event, I am organizing behind the scenes details pertaining to the travel side of things. So in that respect, I have more of that planner title. All right. So now that I've shared all these things, do you think I'm a destination wedding planner or a destination wedding advisor? What do you think? Do you think that based on all of my list of services that you would consider me a planner or an advisor, right? Here's the thing. I think it's all a decision that we all have to make. And then it's really ultimately up to us to communicate what we do and what our services are. Because really, I can title myself whatever I want to title myself. But in the end of the day, I should title myself in a way that makes sense to my clients. And then also back that up with, this is what my services include. And this is how this all works. And if you can be upfront with your clients about that, then you will be just fine as a destination wedding specialist.
Yeah. We have some 20K planners that do want to go to the wedding location.
Right.
They take that next step. But again, they charge accordingly. The beauty of destination weddings is you don't have to be on site. You don't have to be on your feet all day like a traditional wedding planner. But if you want to do that, you can, but you should be charging accordingly too. They should be paying for travel. They should be paying for your travel and your stay if they want that extra peace of mind for you being there. All right.
But the bottom line is as long as your client knows who to go to for what, then all will be well in your business. And you just don't want it to be murky and money. And do I offer that or don't I offer that? And you don't want it to be like ouchy either. Like, well, I gave you my list of services and that's not something I provide. No, we're still going to be an advocate. We're still going to help get our client the information that they need. We're still going to be that person that's going to go to bat for them and do the extra legwork. Even if we're not the one that's going to fulfill it or implement it, that doesn't matter. If somebody's having an issue, we're going to be that person that's going to help them along through this whole process. So we're going to advise them, guide them, but we're also going to be helping with that planning and that organizing and that managing. And there are going to be times where, and I'll just throw this out there, like when a couple comes to you and they already have the wedding set up. They set up the wedding, they chose the venue, they already have that figured out. They just need somebody to come alongside them and help them organize the travel side, the group management side of things. So have that extra list of services for those couples that you connect with, or like, we've already decided we'll take care of the wedding. You don't need to be involved in that at all. Have that list of services of what your group travel management looks like. And that way you can charge based on that as well. But, you know, for us with group management, when it comes to a wedding, we still have that, you know, website page where people can RSVP, you know, so we still, and the communications and the different things that we're offering, right? So it's still very detailed. It's still a very in-depth process and list of services that we provide. But if I'm not having to worry about the research and helping them select a venue or be on any of the calls or participate in any of the planning, then my time is not going to be quite as needed. So then I can have a different professional planning fee. Well, as far as who gets paid more, in my opinion, someone who's considered a planner is going to be paid more than someone who considers themselves more of an advisor. But again, like Lou said at the beginning, you know, you're going to set this up however you want to set it up, and you can add as you go. Like after you've done, let's say 3 destination weddings from start to finish, and you're just like, okay, I know what the heck I'm doing. I understand what I'm doing. Now I want to add a few more services. Now I want to increase my planning fee because I can see the value of what I'm providing. So it's okay to start where you start.
We all start somewhere.
Yes, we all.
Everyone starts somewhere, and then you just
there.
Then you just keep moving forward. If you want to be good at anything in life, you build your craft. So you're starting where you're at, and you just keep building your craft as a destination wedding guru, and eventually you have so much knowledge and so much experience, and you can charge, and you've got referrals coming in, and pretty soon you can choose to take new people if you want, and that's eventually where it will lead to for you.
Pamela said, what's the difference between a planner and a coordinator? So I would say, based on my experience in general with weddings, is that the planner is somebody who's kind of overseeing everything, right? And so even if me as a planner, if I'm connecting my bride and groom with a vendor, I'm connecting them with a caterer, I'm connecting with a florist, or, you know, if you think about it just from that traditional side of things, that doesn't mean that I'm the one that is putting the flowers up or making the food, right? And then you have the coordinator, I believe generally a lot of times is more of that. I'm going to step in the day of, and I'm going to be communicating with all of these vendors to make sure and be a point of contact so that they know what to do and where they're going. So, and I'm going to work with the bride and groom, and I'm going to let them know what they're supposed to be doing. So that would be, you know, so planning is more of that process and the whole thing, the whole process. I feel like coordinating. And so Annette has a great question. I'm the destination travel advisor. However, I have a wedding event planner on my team. How would I market my business?
Oh, really good question.
So if you can team up with that person, then you can market this however you want. I think that the ultimate thing that you want to do, Annette, is decide what your list of services is. And if you can partner with this person to create a whole nother list of services, then you will just have that available. And once you consult with your clients, then you determine what you think is going to be best for them, or you bring up, hey, we've got 2 different options for you. We can just simply look at, these are my list of services and whatever it is that you're providing. Or if you need additional, we can bring in my team member, Gloria or whatever her name is, and she's going to help with the planning your event and working on these X, Y, and Z, and have the clear list. Again, just the communication is got to be spot on on what Gloria does and what Annette does. Okay. And then if you are sending them off to a destination like a resort where they have their on-site team, also clearly communicating what the on-site team is there for and that wedding manager or that wedding planner on site. But I think that you'll find oftentimes, Annette, that you won't need, if you're working with a resort that has a team on site, you will not need to bring in your coworker event planner. Do you sell packages a la carte? I have several different lists of services, to be honest with you. And so when it comes to me selling my own services, I am going to base it on what it is that that particular couple needs. Okay. So like I said, if somebody comes to me, they already have their wedding, they already set it up, they're working with XYZ resort, they're going to handle that. Then I'm going to say, okay, then this is what I recommend that we as an agency provide for you. And then I give them my list of services regarding the, essentially group management for the destination wedding group. But when it comes to packages at the resort, I think that generally speaking, a resort package is going to be a better value than having your client piecemeal and pick everything out a la carte. Now, the caveat to that is if they have a wedding package, if they have a wedding package that they really want, but it includes so many extras that they just aren't going to use, and usually there's no substitutions, right? There's no, finagling around that. So then you don't want them to waste their money. Then that's when you have to make sure that you have that entire list of everything that this property offers and the cost for that, so that you can determine if it's a better value for them to do everything, select everything a la carte, or to stick with the package and then just do add-ons from there. Okay, so somebody had said destination logistics, new agent as well. How do I learn about what destination wedding do I suggest to clients? Where can I study at 3 wedding packages and 3 destination?
Great question.
Well, yeah, and I hope I completely understand the question.
Well, I think what you're saying is you're a new agent and you're new to destination weddings especially. And so what are the resources you could go to find good information to recommend 3 destinations or 3 wedding venue, 3 resorts and their packages? So
my personal advice is to start with a brand that you already know or are familiar with, and find out what they offer for destination weddings, for their packages and the venues that they have at their various resorts. Start there. If you have like literally brand new to every single thing, never traveled, don't have any idea about any resort brand, never even heard of a resort, don't even know, do you know what I'm saying? Like if you're like literally have zero experience or knowledge, first decide what area of the world you want to target in terms of, if I were planning a destination wedding, I would want to go to blank. Like I would want to go to Hawaii. I would want to go to Bora Bora. I would want to go to Ireland. I would want to go to Caribbean or Mexico. So decide where you want to focus your energies there, and because the world is a very big place and it will take you forever to really learn all the different venues all over the world, right? So what is the best way to market your services? And what if there are several other destination wedding planners at a bridal show? Ideas for online marketing. Well, Amanda, you have come to the right place. You have,
Amanda, that's what we're all about.
That's what our specialty is.
It is.
And that's what we did with our business, is we took ourselves out of the bridal show market and marketed our business online.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Thanks so much, everyone.
God bless you guys.
Have a great week.